Hi Andy, congratulations. Just give me your initial assessment of the match, please.
Obviously delighted with 2 from 2 and maximum points, etc. And 36-0 is a nice scoreline for us. You know, I mean, probably equivalent to better scoreline than 50 points to 20, etc. You know what I mean? So to put a performance like that, where I thought we was clinical at times, I thought our set piece was excellent, like top draw. And then scoring some nice tries on the back of all that type of pressure was very pleasing to get over the line. 2 from 2, and it's a decent start. It gets tougher from here on in.
Just heard you mention it in a couple of interviews, maybe clunky and patchy, and maybe a concern about discipline as well. What do you put that down to?
I'm probably harsh enough there, but that's how I want to be. I think sometimes that when you get your nose in front and then you make a few changes, the balance of the teams are a little bit different feeling. Sometimes you get a little bit too desperate, and instead of just boxing away with the stuff that we was doing and doing so well, so. Like creeping a little bit forward pass or falling on our backs in as far as the breakdown is concerned, giving them an opportunity. So a few bits like that. But the pleasing thing, and it's been pleasing for quite some time now, is we're able to get over those type of setbacks and get on with the job in hand.
Any injury update? How's Hugo?
Hugo's a bang on his knee, so I don't know. We'll. He seems in good spirits, but obviously you saw him. He was limping, so we'll see how he turns up tomorrow morning. Whether he needs somebody to have a look at that or not, I don't know at this stage.
Anyone else?
Sorry, Michael. Do a few people to get through? Stephen.
No.
Thanks. Stephen.
Andy, I know it's 2 from 2, and you realised there are tougher games to come, but how pleased were you that you dominated this match from pretty much start to finish?
Yeah, very pleasing, because it's a different type of game this year against Italy, because they are very pragmatic and how they exit their own half is completely different to how they played last year. So I thought our kicking game at times in the first half didn't complement too much as far as our clean exits and being able to get the ball back on the back of that. Some of our kicks were too long, but as far as they're concerned, they kept playing in their own half to a minimum, and it makes it tough to try and get the ball back in the right parts of the field. So we need to be patient enough and find a way of doing that, and I thought we did eventually through kick pressure, through defensive line speed, getting the ball back that way, quick tap from Hugo, etc., and got ourselves a bit of flow into the game that way. So it was pleasing that we found a way to get in control of the game.
Caelan, obviously a great win for Ireland, but from the players' point of view, how happy were you with that as a team performance?
Pretty happy, yeah. I think the way we started was pleasing. Keeping them to 0 was definitely very pleasing, given the quality of their attack. Something we had talked about through the week. They have a lot of structure in their attack, and they've got threats throughout. So I don't think it's a mean feat keeping them to 0, and yeah, we're happy with that, definitely. We were talking on the way in there. There's probably 20-30 minutes where we went a little bit away from our structure, got a little bit ahead of ourselves at times, and we're maybe forcing things a little bit too desperate. But overall, 36-0, scoring quite a few tries, obviously 2 disallowed as well, and keeping them to 0. It's pleasing overall.
Thanks. Cian, Ashley, and then Kieran.
Caelan, congrats on the captaincy. What did it mean to lead your country out in Dublin in front of the pack to lead them to such a convincing win?
It's special, and knowing the group we have makes it all the more special. We're a very tight-knit group. This group has largely been together for the guts of 4 years plus now. The relationships we have is special, and the environment that Faz and Gary and all the coaches have set about being ourselves and being vulnerable makes my job easier, and made it easier this week, and I leaned heavily on the other lads quite a bit as well. I think from a personal point of view as well, it's sort of I hope that all the people who've been involved from Ballonlad the whole way to Blackrock all the way take a little bit of pride from this, and from seeing me captain the country today. So no, I'm delighted with it.
I don't know if you get nervous before games, but were you any extra nervous with the captaincy, or how did it sit with you?
Definitely, yeah, definitely more nervous than usual. I've gotten to a point where I'm usually fairly calm on game day. I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, it's more nervous today for sure.
By the way, Pete was shitting himself last week as well. You know?
Andy, what did you make of 8-year-old Stevie Mulrooney?
Oh wow! I tell you, I was actually saying now before the game, I was just watching him the whole time. I didn't know whether he was standing with his mother or not, but when I soon realised that the other lady wasn't his mother and she was singing the national anthem for the Italians, his confidence was amazing. I actually thought, I wish our lads are going to be like this. You know, he got his shoulders back and he was ready. He was waving to the crowd and he stood there on his own, like, you know. And I thought, this kid's got it all, like, and he was amazing. He nailed it, didn't he?
Oh,
it was a great start.
Yeah,
great start.
absolutely. And Jeff Crowley, how do you think he is settling in at the 10 position? He got his first international try today as well.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable try actually. To offload the ball, be on the floor. Quick ball from Craig, nice field coming around the corner, and Jack to get a touch after he just presented the ball. Yeah, it was a special try for him. I thought he started the game really well. In fact, I thought he played really well at 10. When he went to 15, he got a little bit wider. A few errors crept in there, but we'll work on that as well.
Was that always the plan, to push him to fullback?
We always wanted to give Harry a little bit of time if possible, but Hugo got injured anyway, so we had to do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kieran.
And can I just ask about the end shot? Just had a big game in France last week and then some pretty prominent.
Yeah, he's found his mojo, hasn't he? He's back. He's on fire at the minute. He's playing really well. You could see that when we first met up the first day of training. He's back to his old self. His confidence. He's bouncing around the place, and we spoke about during the week about his combination with Stu. The last time they played in Biarritz against Samoa wasn't what it should have been. They both worked really hard to make the team feel right today, and Robbie was certainly at the heart of that.